Hey guys, Steve here. So I haven't done this in a while before, and I figured that maybe why not just do this, like take the time and just do this. And that is a custom model spotlight, which is I'm renaming it to the SG creations. Basically, where any creations that I make, whether it be in Trackmaster or like a building or something like that, like anything I would make, I want to showcase to you guys. For those of you who are new to my channel, well, first of all, welcome. And you will expect that that I make a lot of custom models, and that you don't see well, you don't see any more custom spotlight. That's only because I've been busy with other things, so I apologize for that. But yeah, you know what? But I thought, why not just showcase to you guys what I've been doing recently, and of course, maybe just show to you guys what's been new with me. Okay? So yeah. So let me just shut up and let's get started, okay? And as the title reveals, we are going to be looking at the Arlesdale customs. But before we do that, we're just going to start out with the first Trackmaster Arlesdale engine that was made by Mattel, which is Mike. So let's just get started, shall we? So Mike is the red Arlesdale engine. He first appeared in the small railway book written by the Reverend Audrey, and then made an appearance in Soder's Legend of Lost Treasure and the TV series in season 20, along with the other engines, Arlesdale engines, the three of them, which is Rex and Bert. Mattel had actually decided to release Mike in Trackmaster form, and I was like, wow, that's really surprisingly. We finally get like an Arlesdale engine in Trackmaster form. But we got Mike here, which is his model was not the best, I'm gonna say, and here's why. So first of all, let's just talk about his smoke box and the black part and his boiler. His boiler is gigantic compared to his smoke box. And the reason why they did this was just because for the battery, just to leave room space for the chassis, the motor, and the battery. So yeah. But I digress. So I think Trackmaster Mike could be worse. I really like the tender here. Let me just a couple and just look at them by. I really like how Mattel did with the face. I think they really captured Mike's CGI face. Back here, the only modification I give this for the Trackmaster Mike was a black running board and his blue edges. Like, have you never seen like a square before? Oh, sorry, like a square. So like a square, straight here, but then it goes down at a 90-degree angle. So this is what the blue represents. Okay, another running board. I give it like a black running board just to give it more like the rail as he looked in the books, the railway series. But I just kept his red wheels because I think the red wheels looks okay. All right, nothing much to say here. The model is not completely well. The model could be better, but it could be worse. I'm just gonna say that. Here's the tender. Nothing much here, just give it a little more grubby, like cold stains here. The only modification I did for the tender was the blue lining and the buffers, which the Trackmaster form, the buffers were, if you bought a Trackmaster Mike, you would notice that there's buffers like literally just here. Okay, and that's not okay, so I just took a knife, chopped them off, and just super glued them back on the back tender. Just to give Mike a little more detail, okay? That's Trackmaster Mike. That could have been better. On to the next Arlesdale character, which is the first custom we're going to be looking at, which is Rex. Just a couple of them, let's just look it up. So Rex's model is made from a Trackmaster Revolution 2 Gordon. So for this model, I had to do a few modifications, heavy ones actually. For his splashers, which is the wheel arches here, I actually had to remove them just literally with a knife, just like sawing it and just like fiddling it. The wheel splasher still remained in the middle, but I just had to modify it with clay and then just rub it with putty, just so it can have more of his I'm guessing this part here is called his sand, or these are his sandboxes. So yeah, I'm gonna say the sandboxes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I wanted to give a little more of on his firebox, so I kind of extended that, just kind of like give it a little fix there, when it compared to the Trackmaster Revolution 2 Gordon. Yeah, nothing much to say here about the model. I literally had to give a little curve here at his cab, because that's literally how Rex looks when it comes to the TV series and the books. Literally, there was just a curve. There's just a curve, at the where his cab should be, and so I decided, to take like a drill and then just like drill it, like just kind of like a quarter of a circle. Basically, I'm just gonna say that, if that makes sense, okay? So I just completely painted the body green, as well as the chassis. Runs well. The face is actually from a Trackmaster Revolution 2 Ryan. I mean, I thought, Ryan and Rex could, have, like, similar faces, so I thought I was like, hey, why not, They just have a similar resemblance, so I decided to, why not? I'm not sure why the camera doesn't want to focus. I think, this came out okay. Of course, we just can talk about the red linings. I sometimes had to freehand it. The gold thing here, actually, this is actually a discovery here. These gold things are actually the small engine's nameplates, so that's what I had to do, no, wait, was it the nameplates? I mean, technically, there's just like little writings and they have their names on it. Okay, so that's just a little discovery I discovered about that. Just printed out Rex's here, his nameplate out here. I had this model for quite a while, and I haven't been able to showcase it until now. Let's just talk about the tender. The tender is just from a Trackmaster Revolution 2, a Henry, Trackmaster Revolution 2 Henry, because if I'm just looking inside here, you may not see it, but I do. There's a little bit green in there, so that's definitely Trackmaster Revolution 2 Gordon with new wheels. The new Trackmaster Revolution 2 wheels. I had to use index cards just to make like the sides of the tender, just to give it more an accurate one. I would have went on and bought another Trackmaster mic for the tender, but then I was like, you know what? Don't bother it. Just save. I mean, it's not worth the money, but I decided to I had like a spare Trackmaster Revolution 2 Henry's tender, and I was like, you know what? Why not? I mean, like, you feel me? Yeah. Let's just give this one a little look. The linings here, printed out the Arlesdale papers here, and yeah, just painted it green. It's not exactly painted smooth, as you can see. It was a sloppy job, but I digress. I thought it was okay. On to the next one, which is Bert. There we go. Here's Trackmaster Bert. So let's just talk about him. Let me just fix the face. I'll talk about that. So the face that I used for Trackmaster Bert is a Proteus, which this is the only Proteus I had. But I was like, you know what? Why not have Bert and Proteus share the same face? And stop the camera a little bit. Just take blue tack, and just stick it on their smoke box, aka the black part. Bert's model is literally just a repainted Merlin with a few modifications with clay. And you can tell their modifications with clay is because, well, a few of them are chipping away. I haven't patched them up with putty yet, but I will do that eventually after this video. Oh, sorry. That was a tree that fell. So, yeah, Bert is literally made out of the only Trackmaster Merlin I ever had, because at the time I was like, I don't really need a Merlin at the moment, so why not just turn it into Bert? I painted it in a very like in a smooth acrylic blue, and it really came out smoothly because Merlin's color is just literally a reflection. So once if you paint color with on a mirror, it just come out smoothly. Okay, I mean that's at least my prediction. The linings could have been better. I mean on the boilers they're fine. This is the sides they're just I need improvement there. He has black wheels. And I haven't given them blue ones only because I don't want to give all the Arlesdale, the smallies, similar elements. So, okay, this is something I forgot to talk about, Trackmaster Rex. Rex has white running board, correct? But Mike and Bert doesn't. I just wanted, just to give like the three trios like different elements from from one another, just so they won't look like too similar compared to their compared to the CGI, where all of them like have like similar elements, such as like they have wheels that are painted in their liveries, they all have white running boards, So I decided just to spice things up a bit, just so that people would know, just so that it won't feel like a bit lazy, but just give it more like a unique taste, okay? So the black wheels were seen in the Railway series where the three smallies had appeared. And I decided to give Bert that character trait, just to give it more of a Railway series look. Let's just talk about the tender. So, fun fact actually, Merlin's tender is actually Bert's tender, but only enlarged. I'm not joking. Look it up. The linings. Sorry, camera knocked over. Sorry, I'm recording on a table. Sorry. So yeah. Printed Arlesdale there. The linings could have been better. Let me just spin it around. Yeah. Nothing much to say here. I thought, Bert could have looked a bit better, but I digress. I think he came out okay. Originally, I was going to use either a Trackmaster Henry or Trackmaster Gordon for Bert, but then Merlin had like a similar shape. It's only because he had like a slope running board, like it just like curves down back here, and in the TV series and the books, Bert does have that. Okay, so I think Clay also for the firebox, I need to rework on. I need to fix Bert just a bit because I think he's coming apart. And bear in mind with me, this is just like I made like the smallies, the custom smallies, a very long time ago, like 2 years ago, or was it 1 year ago? I think 2 years ago, at least, I think. Alright, so I'm just going to move the three trios on one line, and we're going to introduce you to another custom. This is, if you're new to the Thomas fandom, you will know that, like the Arlesdale engines, the three engines, or Mike, Rex, and Bert's, but there actually have been two other smallies that actually appear in the books. And say hello to one of them, which is Jacques, the new engine. And this is actually my favorite Arlesdale engine to make. I think, he's my favorite, personally. So let's just take a look. So his model is literally just made out of a Trackmaster Revolution 2 James. Yeah, hard to believe, I know, right? I had to do I was planning, to give like a small modification, which is the the bent running board, which was literally his running board, only just given him with a little paper, just to give a bit of support. Yeah, the face is I actually made the face, So when I was making the face, I can't remember, but I think I'm pretty sure it was Jock that I made the face purposely for, but when I look at it, it kind of looks like Ivo Hughes. So when I do the review on Ivo Hughes, he's going to have the similar face because his face is literally just blue tack. The face is actually made out of clay. There's a bit of clay there. Not sure if you can see it. The colors are different from the back, and the camera does not want to focus. I don't know why. But yeah, I think I did like a decent job, with the face. I like, how it came out. So yeah. What else to say? I spray painted the the body in the same yellow as I did with Pip and Emma. So I mean, when it comes to painting with yellow, it's really hard because yellow just does not want to come out good. Yeah, trust me. All right, it's a difficult color to paint with, as well as white also too. So the dome is actually I made out of clay. I just made clay and then just put putty and then just painted it gold. The funnel is actually from a straw that I actually got from Olive Garden. So yeah, I'm actually the very coolest modification I did was the Sci Rods, because I don't know, because I just want to give like every single Arlesdale engine a very unique look, and I think giving Jock the Sci Rods, like what Diesel would have, like in the TV series, is just kind of cool. See? Yeah, the linings could have been better, but I digressed. Printed out his name here on both sides. Black running board, white buffers. Not much to say here. Handrails, I really loved how they came out. They were actually painted silver, but then I continued to add it on with an unwired paper clip, just to give like that accurate look as he looked in the book. I would have given him like a black wheels, but then I was like, you know what? Jock deserved to have his yellow wheels, I think it looks kind of cool on him. Let's look down to the tender. The tender is literally just made out of a Trackmaster, is a Flying Scotsman tender with added papers just to give it little flaps. Jock is the only Arlesdale engine that does not have like a similar shape as to Mike has. Because if you look at the illustrations, you would notice that Mike and Jock, has different tender shapes. Yeah, their tenders look completely different from one another. So yeah, the lining is, oh my god, this is the sloppiest lining I can do. So don't at me, okay? But like, you feel me? Because sometimes like when you do the linings, it's just hard to make. Okay, you feel me? All right, yeah, good. Nothing much to say here. I mean, this was like one of the Flying Scotsman tender I used, just to use for Jock. I mean, I would have used Emily's tender, like, that would have been simple. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I had a Flying Scotsman tender. I'm not going to be willing to spend a lot of money on that, so why not just go with the Flying Scotsman tender, okay? Nothing much else to say here except that I really love how he looked. His face is when you look in the books, Jock's face looks kind of similar to Ivo Hugh. So when I make the review on Ivo Hugh, you would see that he has this face. Okay, all right. Just gonna put him out of the way. And on to the last one, which is the only diesel that working on, at least I know. Frank, sorry. Frank is the only diesel from the Arlesdale Railway. He's a grumpy diesel, quite frankly, to be grumpy, His model is literally just made out of a Trackmaster dart that I just found on eBay. That was a really good deal. I don't remember how much it was, but it was a good deal for it, at least in my opinion. So yeah. So if I wanted to when making Frank, I wanted to make his body just to look a bit more accurate. So hold on one second. So when looking into the Trackmaster dart, let me just give a little side by view like this. There we go. So I didn't want Frank to literally just be a repainted version of Dart. So I knew I need to have heavy modifications. For example, I had decided to sand down his running board just to remove that, that clunk on his buffer beams, and just added like an extra buffer beam, down here, which is actually an extra play rope damaged Percy I had modified. So yeah, I literally went all ahead and then decided to fiddle something down here, just to give it more of a little look. So here's what the dart would have looked like, okay? Just straight down, just like straight, not like up here, down, straight. And here's Frank. Up here, down, straight. Okay, it's not like straight there, but up here, down straight. I mean, that's in my opinion. In my opinion, I think that, you know, I just want to, you know, to give, you know, Frank a very, you know, hit to his former glory, to give Frank his former glory. The windows are actually painted on, just because I don't feel like I don't think I can. I just like, you know, poke it in just like, you know, like that. You know, it's just too much work for me. Okay, yeah. And actually, this is the recent Arlesdale custom I've made. So I just literally just finished him. His face is literally a modified dart with just like, you know, modified it with clay. Then I just used a flex steel and then patched some putty onto it. His lamp is literally just a Lego piece that I just had. So here's Dart's face and then here's Frank's face. Okay, now I had to do a lot of heavy modifications on this one. And I really am proud how this Frank custom came out, okay? So yeah, I used clay for this, I don't know what this is called, but I'm guessing this is just some kind of like a tab. Yeah, I guess it's a tab. Yeah, you know, I think, you know, this came out really beautiful in my opinion. I used some Plastruck, let's see, H columns, that are like, N scale. Just to help, like, you know, add the beams, you know, down here and add the beams on the side, you know. So when I just like when I sawed it, and of course I just to give like the extra room of giving like Frank his shape in Trackmaster form, I decided to, you know, to do all of this work, you know, just to give, you know what's it called, just to give his, I wanted to make Frank look accurate, and I felt that I've accomplished that. So alright guys, so this is the review of the Arlesdale customs. Mike is the only exception, but I had modifications, you know. I have to say I'm really proud of like how all of them like came out. I will, you know, some of them I need to fix them a few, but I think I've done a decent job, you know, when making, you know, these customs. All right, I hope you guys enjoy these videos. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoy seeing all of them. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them as many as possible. This is Steven Garcia 118 signing out. Thank you for watching.